What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Like my stuff totally froze again as the intro was playing. So here we go.
Fingers crossed on this one.
Absolutely. Welcome to Women of FWA. It is Tuesday, April 28th already. We're already at the end of April. We have woken up in Wyoming with snow every day since last Friday. So I would love to say that, it's spring and it's warming up, but that's not what's happening in Wyoming.
Yuck.
I'll take it though, because after demo days and demo days being so hot, I have a whole new appreciation for the snow. So
there we go.
There's that.
Take it as a win.
Yeah, so I've got Bailey, badass Bailey. Like, Bailey, I don't get you on here, just me and you very often.
I know, but when we do, it's a banger usually.
Yeah, it's usually pretty entertaining. So what do we got today? Like, what are we talking about? Because I'm actually super excited about this.
Yeah, we're talking retreat specific. So we're talking Branson, Missouri in June. We're talking everything you get along with coming with us to the retreat in June. And we're talking some education as well.
Yeah, like not just any education. Like, we have something going on at the retreat that we're going to kind of touch base on in a minute when it comes to some education with you about education that's you can't find anywhere else.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Mm-hmm.
I've pushed you way out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about it.
You just punted me out of the nest. It's fine.
I did. I've been punting you out of the nest more and more throughout the years. So, okay, Branson, Missouri. We've June is coming. It's going to be here pretty soon. We still have registration open. So if you go to fenshow.com to register, click on events, go to the Women of FWA retreat. You can find all of the information on there, as well as how to register. So let's talk about registration, because Women of FWA have worked really, 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 really hard on making sure that this is affordable, that's obtainable for, the 4 days that we're asking people to come out. And so I think we really need to dive into what does that look like? What are the pricing? What's included? It's not just you register, plus you have hotels, plus you have food, plus you have, a rental car, plus you have, X, Y, and Z. And that's really not the case this year with the retreat, right?
Not at all. We are making it pretty much as easy on you guys as we can. Pretty much all you need to do is get there and register first and then get there, and we'll take care of pretty much everything else.
So what does that mean? Like, what does everything else mean? Because, there's a lot.
There's a lot. So we're covering all food, pretty much all beverage. We're talking what is our lowest registration is $50. That's $16 a night. I think we broke it down to.
Yeah.
And it's all inclusive. We haven't really said that out loud yet, but we're saying that it's all inclusive. Like, we're covering everything. Your registration, it gets you all of the education, every single class you want to be there for. It gets you quality time with other women in the industry. It gets you everything.
Yeah, and even the leadership team will drive to the airport and come get you. Is something that we're even doing, so you don't have to worry about that. We understand that the Springfield Branson airport is 30-45 minutes away, and that can kind of be a pain, and kind of try to figure out how to get there. So reach out to us. We'll definitely make those arrangements and help you and set up a carpool. Andrea is behind the scenes. We're not going to use Andrea flying into demo days as an example, because I'm sorry, but I'm sending you an Uber. I've got you. I'm keeping an eye on your car, so nobody's going to kidnap you. But this is actually we'll come get you and really start this off. And so let's talk food. We're talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For Thursday night, we're doing dinner. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Friday. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday, as well as we have breakfast on Sunday. And then there's this thing going around that like there's this wine tasting happening. Like that's included.
Something. Yep. Local wine tastings. There's a ton of really cool vineyards right around where we're going to be at. So we're really going to take advantage of that in the fact that this is a women's retreat. Like, yes, we're doing education, but we're also going to treat this as a retreat as well. You know?
Absolutely. So I just want to clarify, we are not going to be traveling down into the vineyards with the amount of women that we have. And of course, people drinking and driving. That's not something that we're about. So we've actually reached out to local wineries. We're going to make arrangements to go pick up those bottles of wine, bring them back to where the retreat is at. And so that way, nobody has to worry about drinking and driving. Nobody has to worry about getting lost or left at the vineyard.
Left at the vineyard.
Nobody gets left at the vineyard. Yeah. They're like, what happened to Bailey? Oh, we left her.
Just guzzling a barrel of wine. It's okay.
She's fine. She'll find her way home.
Exactly.
So there's really a lot. So, okay. So $50, $16 a night. And you're telling me that we don't have to pay and registrants don't have to pay for classes?
Nope. It is every single class we're offering and then some. So like our round tables, everything like that, it's all included in the registration fee. Your bed, your sleeping arrangements for 3 nights, whatever it is, 4 days, 3 nights, it's all included in that registration fee.
Holy crap. Like, I know we worked so hard. This is, I think just so awesome. Okay. So let's talk about some education. Cause we're going to touch base on it, but we're not going to give 100% of it away. But I think both of your sessions that we have scheduled for the retreat, I have goosebumps on my arms. I am probably the most excited about. This is something that you and I have talked about, honestly, for years, since Women of FWA started. And this was just the prime example to showcase you and why we call you Badass Bailey. So your first education is on Friday. Let's talk about that. What's included in that hour session? It's actually, I think, a little bit longer than an hour. What do we have going on in that space?
So that's going to be kind of like my classroom setting class. Like we'll go over, I think I called it like Fence Parts 101 or Fence Basics 101. What I really want that class to be is going over basic parts for chain link and vinyl specifically, knowing what all the terms are, knowing some of the jargon, mainly for a lot of safety issues, because the second part of my education is really hands-on. But the classroom,
like tools?
Yes, like tools, like building, like putting your hands on a fence.
Woohoo!
Like constructing a panel. So
I'm so excited.
I want the first class to be really just an overview of everyone getting familiar with what we're going to be working with our hands while we're there.
I love that. So I can tell you, especially when I joined the fence world, because I came from a construction world, right? That's no secret. The language is really the hardest part. And then you learn all these fence parts, especially in chain link, because there's 500 more parts than it seems like any other type of fence that is out there. But then to figure out what they do and why they're there,
super important.
And that's so hard, like learning that language. And, you might be able to see that fence part, but you're not quite sure, like, what is the name of it? You kind of know where it goes. You kind of know how, kind of idea what it does, but like, we're going to walk through all the step-by-steps, as well as like there are different types of, like, if you're doing top rail or if you're just doing tension wire or, then you have all these extra added parts. Right?
Yeah. It's like a big old puzzle that nobody wanted to deal with, but we're going to deal with it.
So One of the things that you're working on is actually putting together content for them to take home as a reference, right? Like they're going to have that piece of paper and that content in their hot hand to take home for in the future reference.
Yeah. I mean, and that's going to be helpful if these women are installers or want to be installers, it's going to give you kind of like a little bit of jump, a little bit of like basic knowledge before you jump in. If you work in an office, it'll kind of help you understand, like, if you do work directly with the estimates and stuff like that, you'll kind of be able to understand a little more how those quotes break down and everything with all the parts that are, if you say you're quoted for one section of chain link, then you can kind of understand all of the parts of that one section of chain link rather than just the one section as a whole.
Oh, you mean it's not just like 2 posts and some fabric?
No. Right, exactly.
What? Weird.
Oh God, there's so many buckets of stuff that goes into a goddamn chain link fence. So many buckets.
I just keep going back when we started Women of FWA and we were on a live and it was you and I, we were talking to actual Susan, funny, about centers. And like, like what is that? And we're like, oh my gosh. Okay. But so we're really just breaking it down back from the basics and giving you that education and giving you that hands-on. So not only are you doing that for chain link, but also vinyl.
Yep.
So, because that one can be kind of a little bit tricky, like, hey, where does U channel go? Like, why do you put U channel on? Why is it a thing? What does it do? What about tongue and groove? What about, picket style? What about, there's all these variations to vinyl. And a lot of people don't realize like the basic part of vinyl is all still the same. It's just, either what you're putting in the center or how you're finishing out the fence as a whole. So
when I first started fencing, vinyl was my favorite type of fence to put together because it really just felt like it all clicked together just like a jigsaw puzzle. So I'm excited to see how the ladies, if they understand that too. It's not my favorite anymore, but it was at one point in time when I was a beginner. And that's what this is. It's like you don't need to have prior knowledge going into this. Like that's what we're doing the education for.
Well, and I think that's kind of one of the unique parts about the retreat is there are classes that are specifically designed for the office. There are classes that are designed for social media and marketing. We have classes that are towards gate operators and doing layouts and safety standards. We have your classes that's doing, actual install and fence parts 101. Like we're hitting such a huge wide variety of education that it honestly doesn't matter if you're a mom, a sister, of somebody in the industry that you know and love, or a girlfriend or a wife and you're not involved, or if you are in the office and you're interested in not only networking and having more resources in our industry, but also learn more of the stuff that might be out of your normal wheelhouse.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm very excited to go to everybody to sit in on everyone else's classes because I know how to build a fence, but I don't know how to do social media marketing. Like I don't know most of that stuff. So like, I'm also very excited to sit in on all the different education.
And I think that's what's keeping all of this as raw and real as we really tried to be with Women of FWA. That's what this group was about, was us getting together and learning from each other and having the network, right? Because if you have a question on something that's outside of your wheelhouse since joining Women of FWA, you have 40 people in your phone now, not just the leadership team. But you're like, oh, I can call this person in Florida, or I can call this person in Illinois, or I can call this person in Wyoming, or I can call this person in Louisiana, and get different perspectives on it.
Yeah.
And so that's really what we're pushing for the retreat. Another thing I'm really super excited about based off of our breakout sessions that we've had in the last few years are really the roundtables.
Oh, yeah.
We have some killer topics for the roundtables. Some of them, could be considered a little, like, hey, we want to know what your perspective is on this and your perspective is on that. But still, all the same basis is we are not here for man bashing. We are not here, to talk crap or any of that. We are strictly here to get to know everybody, have the hard conversations or have the open conversations, be real, be raw, be authentic, be yourself, and gain friendship.
Yes. Yeah. Friendship, camaraderie. The roundtables are where I think we really all just get to know each other a little bit more. No matter how long like we've known each other, I still feel like I learn something new about you every time we do one of these roundtables. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like there's always more to talk about, and we definitely want to give that space its due diligence.
Yeah, and it's one of those that it might be a passing conversation for something in, you and I talking, but then having it as a roundtable, somebody else can chime in and be like, wait a minute. Like, what about XYZ? And that's something that maybe neither one of us have thought about.
Right.
And that's where we get a chance to have our cup filled during all of this.
Yeah.
Love you, Jared. You fill our cup and you have helped us grow and have been through this crazy walk with us. And so we would be lost without you. You're like one of those pivotal legs of our table. Like our table has so many legs.
Yeah.
It's not 3 or 4. It's all over.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things that we know, like Lisa's joined the leadership team this month, which we're super excited about because the Women of FWA is our hashtag is you can sit with us. Our table is getting bigger. And you don't have to be a part of the leadership to come to this retreat. And you don't have to ever meet any of us before to come to this retreat. I promise you're going to leave there like you have known us your entire life.
Yes,
because
that is the goal.
How all of us are. We're all very, very transparent. So let's circle back down to the registration a little bit. I want to kind of go through the options. We do still have some registration spots open. They are limited. They are filling up, but we definitely do have some openings left. So when you get to registration, you are going to have the option of picking your bed. So since we do have Andrea working on the back side, Andrea, are you able to pull up the Fence Show page for us and share it? We're going to give her just a few minutes. We'll pull it up and show you guys what that looks like. If not, I can try to do it. I just know that my computer is like wigging out today.
It's just a little special today.
Well, I only had like 75 tabs open earlier, and I'm like, why isn't this working?
Yeah. Your computer's smoking, and you're just wondering why you're buffering.
Yeah, I'm like, quit being a little whiny match. Like, just come on.
Exactly.
So true. Absolutely, Lisa. We want everybody to come and hang out with us and spend this time and get to know you and resources, and us get a chance to learn from everybody else in the industry as well. That is such a different approach that we have as women of FWA, is actually wanting to take away just as much as we're trying to give. So, Andrea, thank you. So here is the fenshow.com page. So when you scroll down for me, this will actually tell you all about the event, who is welcome, which of course is everyone that is directly or indirectly related to the fence industry. So you do not have to work for a installation company. You don't have to work for a manufacturer. You don't have to work for a supplier. If you are related to somebody that does, or significant other of somebody that does, obviously you're welcome. We're going to have announcements, session highlights, all of the really good stuff. So if you actually go right there, here is some of the training that we're kind of giving you guys as a little bit of a glimpse. So bring fence basics to life, which I think is really kind of cool. Like that's what it's about. The core components, terminology. We're going to do gate operator layouts and visuals, social media content, operation workflow, job packets, There's your fence parts. I mean, we've got such a huge variety of education coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah.
See the little wine glass down there? So, this is, and we're going to end each day hanging out and, having a wine tasting, having some dinner. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is limited to staying at the property. Obviously, that's not ideal. If you want to sneak out and go check out Branson, by all means, please do. But that would obviously be on your own time, but we'll get all that there. So when you go back down for me, Andrea, so underneath the countdown, we are 43 days away. Holy crap.
Oh my God.
Holy crap. Okay, so if you click register now, let's see if she can, nope, click register now, the big, go up, there you go. Scroll down. So here are the different types of bedrooms or openings that we do have. So the smallest registration does start at $50. And this is all based off of your bed and room type that you're going to be in. So it's actually kind of cool. This property that we found has like these, like what I call the party room. Like how cool is that?
I think I've just been calling it a big sleepover the whole time. Like it's just a whole big slumber party that we're all excited for.
Absolutely. And I'm actually going to see, so when you're in there, you can go ahead and check your room type, and then it will have you finish out registration. Like, look at this room.
I'm so excited.
Like, how cool is this room? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we are so beyond excited about. We found this property. We honestly could not be more excited. I do have one other picture that I'm going to pull up real quick, kind of give you guys a sneak peek into the evening areas that we have planned.
This is part of the reason why I was really gunning for this property when we were choosing it, because it feels so homey. Yes. And not like we're just sitting in a classroom, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit in a classroom on a weekend in June. I want to experience all of this with everyone that's coming.
Absolutely. And that's kind of really been, we looked at a lot of different properties to try to figure out what was going to be best, what was going to keep the feel of the retreats, for what we're looking for, and laid back and relaxed and not formal, but still beneficial. And I think we actually killed it. We're all very, very excited. Here is another picture that I have of one of the outside areas to be able to hang out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
catch me out there with a book at like 9 p.m.
Yeah. You're just like, I just want to snuggle right here next to the fire, and like, I'm good.
Exactly.
If you guys have not checked out how beautiful, absolutely adore, bring a swimsuit. We'll all like pile in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
It'll definitely, there's going to be some relax and some yes, Melanie. We're so excited to have you. Melanie is actually registered for the retreat, and I'm so excited to have her there. So if anybody has checked out Branson, Missouri, it is gorgeous. I've never been there.
I haven't either. I'm so excited to just be there for the retreat, but also just be there to kind of check everything out,
Yeah, just to enjoy and relax, and like the water, and like there's so much going on and so much to see. Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be a good time. All right, Bailey. So we're going to wrap up about the retreat. We have something new this week that I want to kick off with you.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
And it is a rapid fire 3 questions. Random questions for you to answer. Speak from the hip. I actually have a giant spreadsheet that has like 400 random questions. So we're gonna randomly put this in there. So number one, what always sounds fast when it comes to installing a fence, but never is?
Oh my God. I think every single part about building a fence sounds like a breeze. And then you do, okay, what I'm actually going to say is if you are digging holes sounds really fast. I can't tell you how much shit I've ran into in a hole for a fence post.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
I have roots in my garage that we've cut out of fence holes as trophies that are this big around. Just roots. That's not a trunk. That's just a tree root.
And
Like
I would not.
limestone.
I would think about that, like in your area, like to really think about it. Yes, I know that when I was with SWI, the Florida location, tree roots were like their biggest obstacle.
It's a nightmare. I mean, you got a sawzall, you got a wood sawzall blade. You can get in there, but good Lord, it's not fun to do, and it's just a nightmare.
Yes. So Melanie actually put a comment. Just got my ticket. Whoop whoop. That's right. It's right before my birthday, so we'll have to get some cupcakes and celebrate Melanie's birthday too.
Oh yeah.
With our wine tasting, because what goes with wine? Cupcakes. Duh.
Cupcakes, of course.
That's what we do.
Love it.
All right, so we're gonna ask another one. What makes this work meaningful to you? Like, what is that drive? What is that passion?
My favorite part is I really like being there on like the finish day and being with the client. Like it's completely done, wrapped up, and the client is there and can see it, and they have that peace of mind that okay, this is their space, it's their property, it's their yard, and now it's like safely enclosed. If it's privacy, they have privacy for their kids, for their dogs, anything like that. But my favorite part is really those client interactions. I even like doing the estimates, going out to the estimates and getting to know what the client really wants out of this, like what they want in their fence, what they want their fence to do, what they want their project to be like. So that's really my bread and butter is the client interaction and getting them what they want at the end of the day.
I love that. So for those that are tuning in that don't know why I call her Badass Bailey, Bailey and her husband own Corridor Fence, and not only is she running the office and keeping track of Colby, which is a full-time job in itself.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Oh, Lisa too. Love it. So now we got even more cupcakes to get.
Now we just have to party.
Yeah. So, but Bailey actually gets out there and installs. She gets her hands on these tools every day. There's been pictures and videos of her out there carrying pickets and carrying tools and smacking up some fence, which is one of the reasons why we call her Badass Bailey, because she's got everything going on for her. So let's talk about a leadership role. My last rapid question for you is, what do you think is the number one way that leaders lose the leadership respect when it comes to having install teams or having teams in the field?
I think if the leader, the foreman, whoever is on the job that's leading the project, if they instantly dismiss the installers and what they have to say, that's my number one turnoff in an installation. I'm always willing to hear what anybody has to say. If, oh, hey, I think this could go a little bit better this way. Maybe let's try just like a small change. Okay, cool, let's try it. If you just immediately dismiss and say, no, this is the only way to do it, and this is the way that we're putting up the fence, there's no other way to do it, that is my number one, like, just like loss of respect,
Absolutely. And that's really hard to get back.
Yeah.
Especially as a leader. I think that's one of the things, and I know that leaders that I have had in the past, that is one of those things that, okay, maybe the first time they really didn't mean it that way, but then it happens again and there's no coming back from that. It feels like, I know there is, but it's definitely an uphill in the snow barefoot for 2 miles kind of hike.
Yeah.
That is never going to be done.
Right.
You're
Like, yeah, I
comfortable
get
with
it. You can install fence with a string line, and that's fine. Or you can have specialty tools and do it a different way. Like, there's no one way to build a fence. I'm talking strictly installation, but it's just always worth hearing what someone else has to say.
Hi, Corey. So, absolutely. So again, recap, Bailey, give us another rundown of what we've got going on for the retreat and registration.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So register first and foremost. Get your registrations in. Spots are filling. There is a limited amount. It's not an unlimited. We don't have a million rooms to hold, but get your registrations in. Depending on how much privacy you need, there starts at $50. I don't think that I have ever stayed in a hotel or an Airbnb for $16 a night. Is that what we broke it down to?
Yes.
In my whole entire life. And that's not to include, that's including all of the food, that's including all the education, that's including everything. The secluded homey property that we've rented out, you got the whole bag for $16 a night,
Absolutely. Food, education, wine tasting, and the best company in the entire fence industry, right? Like,
yes. And the networking, the alone time with all of the women, everybody just hanging out together and having meaningful discussions.
Absolutely. Kari, jump on fenceshow.com, go to events, click on the Women of FWA retreat and register. Like Bailey said, there are options starting at $50. I think we do have one private room still left on the registration that's open. So actually get on there, jump on it. I promise this will be a good time. Did you see how cute the place was? You guys have to come. Absolutely love Michaela. We are so excited about this. So it's actually two houses that are combined that will be in. The education space is huge. There's this huge long table that's actually at the space as well for everybody to come in and have a seat. And who knows, we might do education hanging out in the living room. We might do education sitting outside. Besides your install stuff, obviously we'll get outside. We could just kind of really be everywhere.
Yeah.
And
do whatever we want.
Yeah. And you're not worried about what your husband's doing or who he's talking to or what he's over there buying because you're hanging out with women of FWA.
Exactly.
Like the trade shows.
Exactly. I love it.
So, Bailey, thanks so much for jumping on and giving us a sneak peek into what you have planned specifically for the retreat. I am so excited about it. Make sure to register. It's filling up fast. So absolutely. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.